Hi, I'm Michael Mallory, and welcome to the fifth and last installment actually, of the free tourism publicity tutorial. We're talking about social media today. Social media is online PR. You can put out any kind of news or story or information you want on the online channels and the various social media sites. And it works just like press. If people like it, they're going to pass it on, they're going to link to it, they're going to retweet it. Whatever manner you put it out there, people are going to spread the word if they like it. And if they don't like it, it won't go anywhere. And that's pretty much how PR works, which is why you have to have interesting news or interesting information to get people interested in what it is you do. I talk a lot more about that on the Publicity for Tourism website and at ittma.com, and especially if you sign up for my Tourism Publicity Intensive course, which a lot of it I do some live sessions, but I talk a lot about how you can do that. Anyway, you've got lots of media out there you can use. You have to be kind of judicious and decide which ones are best for you. But you've got your blog or other blogs. You can put information on other blogs. You can approach other bloggers just like you would approach a reporter or a magazine. If there's a blog that deals with your area or that deals with your niche, whatever it is you do, let's say you're a whitewater rafting company, there have to be blogs out there that deal with whitewater rafting. That is their subject matter. These are places you should be looking. Video, same way. If you've got somebody who has a video channel on YouTube and they deal with whitewater rafting or Paris or whatever it is that your niche is, those are people you can talk to. You should be making your own video as well. Podcasts are the same way. There are podcasters out there talking about various subjects. Get on their interview lists. They love to do interviews because it gives them easy material. Talk to them, offer to interview them, offer to have them come out and see what you do. Social networks, and we're talking about Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, networks like that. Put your news on them. On Twitter, it's going to be done a little bit differently because it's a short form blogging platform. You can't put your whole story out there. You can't put all your information. Social bookmarking sites are sites where you link to things. It's sites like Delicious and Reddit. Those are sites you should be looking for to sort of aggregate things about your niche and become kind of a central source for people to find out information about what it is you do. You have to figure out, which social media channels appeal to you. If you're like me and you're mostly a person who likes to talk, I prefer talking over anything else. I don't particularly look good on video, although I will do it if I have to. And all of my writing I do by talking. I talk and I have it transcribed either by my phone or an online program or by an actual human who transcribes it into words, and then I clean it up with a little bit of editing. But I'm a talker. So, if you get me, if you'd like me to come out and talk to your group or whatever, that's what I do. That's my strong point. If you're a more visual person, you might be doing things more on Facebook or Pinterest. You just have to find which social channels appeal to you. And then you have to think about where your customers are. Because if I'm a talker, but all my customers want to look at pictures, then I have to figure out a really creative way to show them pictures while still talking to them. So Facebook might be my best platform, or maybe LinkedIn. But it's probably not going to be a podcast if none of my people are going to look at a podcast or listen to a podcast, as the case may be, because it's all audio. We've got 3 major social networks that everybody seems to use and are very good for doing your PR. So we're going to talk about those a little bit. Twitter is probably the number one, mainly because journalists look at Twitter to see what's going on. They look at Twitter feeds, they put in keywords to see if anything pops up that they're writing about, talking about, on their blog or newspaper or radio show or whatever it is they do. You'd be surprised they're out there trolling Twitter looking for stories. So on Twitter, you have to engage your audience. If you're just talking at people, and this is old school marketing, you put out an ad. So you're telling people what it is. They don't care. They haven't cared for years, but they really don't care now. They've got way too many things they can be doing besides listening to you go on about what it is you do. So if you're not interesting and you're not engaging them and doing something to bring them in, using some storytelling, giving them something to go back to your website for, like a special offer or a special information that they can only get from there. You have to do something like that these days. And that's how you do permission marketing. They've listened to your, whatever you're talking about. They're interested. They come back to you. You have to be original. Don't do something everybody else is doing. Or if you do, put your own spin on it. Make it your own. You can certainly comment on things that are going on in the world, and that's a great way to pick up publicity. But don't just restate the same story. Put your own spin on it. Give it an opinion. Man, opinions will get you publicity even more so, especially if it's a strong opinion. Either a pro or a con. But especially if you are having a contrary view to the prevailing story, that will get you noticed. Be careful though. It will also get you the haters, the people who are going to be angry with you for having a contrary opinion. So pick and choose your battles wisely. Make it a contrary opinion, but not something that's so polarizing that you're going to do more damage than good. And then don't tweet every single little thing your business does. Tweet once, twice a day. If there's something to tie into, you don't even have to tweet that often. You can tweet once a week if that's where you have information. And make sure you link back to your site. There are sources like Bitly where you can shorten the URL or the website address and put it into your tweet so it's only about 8 characters long, because you only have 64 characters anyway. Use that to put a link back to the story on your site or the story on another site so that people can find you, because on Twitter especially they can't. Oh, and now you can put pictures in Twitter too. So if you've got an image, put it in there. People will love it. Facebook, the big daddy. More people on Facebook than any other social media network. Put your news up there. They are now hosting video directly, which will give you more power on Facebook than embedding a YouTube video. So if you have video, put it on YouTube, but also put it on your Facebook account. Load it separately onto Facebook. Don't just take the embed code from YouTube and put it on Facebook. That doesn't work as well anymore. If you don't have a Facebook page, what are you waiting for? This is the 21st century. We're 15 years into it as of this recording. You need to have Facebook, and you need to have several of the other social media sites too. If you don't want to do it, get somebody younger in your organization. Find a neighbor's kid who will do it. But get somebody running Facebook for you. Check your privacy settings. If you're doing this for business, you don't want to be private. You want people to find your site. Put a link to your Facebook page on your website. Some people like to go to Facebook a whole lot more than they like going to individual websites. A lot of people will find you on Facebook. They'll like you or follow you, and they'll see you on their Facebook feed, but they won't go to your website unless they're ready to book, or unless you give them some really good information where they want to go back to your website. Like maybe you are doing a tour through Tuscany, and they have an interest in that, and you're doing a day-by-day blog or videocast or reality TV show of what's going on as you go through the part of Tuscany you're in. That's something that will capture their attention and maybe bring them back to your website. So give them a little tease and then make them come to your website to get the whole story. Turn off your notifications. You don't care if somebody posts to your timeline, unless you're doing this for customer service purposes. Yeah, you should look at it, but you shouldn't have it, popping up on your email every 5 seconds. Check your page at least once a day. Make sure there's nothing you have to deal with in the customer service arena, because that's one of the most important parts of PR these days, is making sure you take care of your customer service. And then post your news on your Facebook page. And if it ranks high enough, it'll pop up on other people's timelines as well, the people who have liked you, the people who have followed you. And then there's LinkedIn. If you do any business at all in the business world, business travel, but you'd be surprised, LinkedIn works surprisingly well for non-business applications. And now you can put stories on LinkedIn. So fill out your profile completely. Make it a company profile, not your personal profile. It says don't overuse Twitter to feed your updates on LinkedIn. Don't do that for anybody. Don't auto-feed from one social network to the other. The formats have to be a little bit different just to appeal to the target market. Look at how other people put their content on whatever network you're on, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Pinterest, and try to use the same format. Put pictures in the same places, put video in the same places. If you look like you belong there, people will believe you do, whether you belong there or not. Import your contacts if you're going to use LinkedIn in that way. If you're not going to use it for business purposes, I wouldn't worry about that. But then get recommended. Get people who have used your services to recommend you to their friends in LinkedIn, people who are in their circles. Be clear on your goals on LinkedIn. You're either doing this to get more business. If you're using it to get a job, that's one way to do it. But if you're looking to drive business to your tourism business, that's your goal. So your profile should not be your resume. It should be something like an online brochure for your business, talking about how you can help them with whatever it is they're trying to do. Corporate retreats, corporate travel, leisure travel, whatever. Talk up the highlights of what it is you do on LinkedIn. Now, sooner or later, you're going to get media articles, whether you get them on blogs, whether you get them on your local TV stations, whether you get them in newspapers or magazines. What do you do with them when you got them? Well, use them. Don't just set them in a drawer and go, woohoo, I got some press. That's great. But you want to make sure everybody knows you got press, especially the people who didn't see you the first time. If you've got a brick and mortar business where people come into your lobby or your office, put them on your wall. There's a restaurant chain here in the United States called Five Guys. They make hamburgers. They're kind of a quick service chain. Think McDonald's, but with actually decent tasting food. And they make your food to order when you go in. And if you look on their walls, and for a while they actually had them printed on their cups, their drink cups, the press they'd gotten about, raves and reviews and things like that in various media around the country. Make sure it's up there. If something's going on, if you did an event, or you're hosting a reality series on the web, or you had some kind of contest, put your press that you get from any media on the wall. If it was video, you could have a TV running in the background with it. I wouldn't really recommend that. I would probably just take a video still showing the network's logo and maybe whoever was being interviewed, or a picture of your facility or tour or whatever it is you have on the wall. That would be the best way to handle that. Let your customers know. Take any of it. If you have reprint rights, use them. If you have rights to use the video or can link to the video, put them on your social media sites. Put them on your website. Send a link to your customers. You can even put the media release in an email, but I don't recommend that. Just say, hey, we were mentioned in the Chicago Sun-Tribune, and have a link back to wherever it is, on the publisher's site or the link to it on your site. I would link to it on your site. That would be the best way to do it. So they go to your site and then they link through to the, and it was the Chicago Sun-Times. I misstated the name of the newspaper, but we all get it. Quote them everywhere. Now, don't make it the highlight of your brochure, but put it on your website, put it on your brochure. Have a little section on the last page, maybe half the page, and other marketing materials that show that you have been in the press. And whether it's you personally or a representative from your business or just the business in general, let them know who is the star of the show. Go out there and talk about it. Speaking opportunities in your local area, or if you have a niche that you serve, a specific demographic of people, have somebody in your company who goes out and speaks, does performances, whether it's at your location or out in the community. That is a great way to A, get more press, and B, get your business more noticed. If you want to be a star and you want your business to be a star, you can't be media shy and you can't be scared of speaking. You're never going to get the kind of business you want if you don't have a spokesperson or you yourself are a spokesperson. If you don't speak well, if you speak with a heavy accent for whatever area you're in, say you're not native to the region, or you're dealing with a completely different audience, let's say you're in China, but your audience is Americans and they don't understand you when you speak, then you may need to get a spokesperson. But if you can do it yourself and do it well enough, you don't have to be perfect. God knows, people like real people. They don't want the paid, polished spokesperson to be the spokesperson for your organization unless you're the spokesperson for W Hotels. You're probably a small business if you're listening to this. Get real, be real. People like real people. They want to like you. Give them somebody to like. All right, what are you going to do now? You've listened hopefully to all 5 of these, and I apologize for rambling in the places where I did. But what are you going to do? You got to go out and get some publicity. What are the steps? Well, here you go. Assess which social media channels would be best for you and pick your favorite. That's going to be your main one. Use it. I would pick Facebook, but it might be Twitter, it might be LinkedIn, it might be another one, Pinterest or Instagram or something like that, depending on your personal bent. Sign up for something called HARO. This is Help a Reporter Out, and it is at helpareporter.com. You can sign up for free, pick the free option. 2 or 3 times a day, they're going to send you a list of stories people are looking for experts to interview on. And sometimes you're going to be somebody who could help them. Email them back promptly and say, hey, I know about that, or I can comment intelligently on that. And there's a chance you could be quoted in a story. There's a chance they might do an entire story about you. And then check out the media databases for Twitter. Connect with some key influencers. On Twitter, you can go in and look for reporters in certain fields and find them. And I'm not going to tell you all about how to do that now. I'll save that for the intensive. But, I'm sure you can look up a YouTube video that'll tell you exactly how to do that. If you haven't done it already, create your story. Publicity Storm is a story targeting and offering yourself as a resource. So do what you have to do to be the resource the media wants to talk to, whether it's about your area, your niche, events that you're running, events that you're sponsoring. You've got to do things to give them reasons to talk to you. You've got to kind of sell a little bit and overcome any obstacles that they put in your way. Maybe they don't think you're the best person. And then leverage the media. When you get some, go find some other people. And first thing I want you to do is go join the International Travel and Tourism Marketing Association at ittma.com. Yes, I run it, so I'm advertising for myself. But hey, membership is free. I'm just getting ready to start back up with some new training on a weekly basis. You're going to get some good information. And, while there are things you can pay for, you're going to get a lot of information for free. I don't know any other association out there that's going to give you what we do, especially for free. And then, every now and again, we're going to have live training events, hoping to have a couple of, very large events coming up in the next couple of years. But if a live event comes up and it suits your needs, sign up for one. And, I would suggest the Publicity Intensive if you're looking at publicity. But you don't have to. There's going to be plenty of information on Publicity for Tourism and on ITTMA to get you going, to get you started. But if you need the in-depth help, check us out, basically. And that's it. I'm Michael Mallory. Come check us out again at publicityfortourism.com or ittma.com. Thanks again.